Tonight on the Northwestern News Report, another racist message found on campus. Will there be more? We have the latest on the search for a suspect.
After another anti-Semitic hate crime, Northwestern responds. How community leaders are working to keep students safe.
Plus, preventing plastic pollution, how Northwestern is working to make campus and the world more sustainable.
Those stories and more tonight on Northwestern News Report.
It's your news right now. And welcome to the Northwestern News Report. I'm Megan Leibowitz.
And I'm Rupa Pala. We start with breaking news from North Carolina tonight. At least 5 people were shot at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte today. 2 are confirmed dead and 2 are facing life-threatening injuries. Buildings are being individually swept.
A police source told WSOC-TV the shooter is a male student and is in custody. Details are just developing. Check back to our Twitter for updates. Here on campus, students are still on edge tonight after yet another racist message was discovered on campus. Alexa McHale is at Norris with the latest. Alexa?
Reporting live from Norris Northwestern University's Student Center, there was a third racist slogan found on campus this month. This time, the note, "It's okay to be white," was put in a women's bathroom taped on the hand towel dispenser here in Norris. The third note joins the same racist message found in a Northwestern dining hall and library all this month. The note makes many students feel unsafe. It is used to code acts of white supremacy and neo-Nazi support. The phrase, "It's okay to be white," dating back to at least 2001. Students received an email from University Provost Jonathan Holloway and Senior Vice President for Business and Finance Craig Johnson about these incidents. They said that there have been 3 known acts of this slogan around campus, as well as the discovery of a rope shaped into a noose at Henry Crown Sports Pavilion, deeming the acts unacceptable.
I feel like actual stories of racism and oppression are being minimized.
Reporting live from Norris, I'm Alexa McHale. Back to the desk.
We reached out to NUPD for comment. They did not respond, but told the Daily Northwestern they are doing everything they can to find the person responsible.
And in the wake of this weekend's synagogue shooting in Poway, California, I sat down with Chabad Rabbi Dov Hillel Klein, who is a former classmate of the rabbi who was injured in the shooting.
My initial reaction was total shock. I felt I was numbed. And Rabbi Goldstein is just an amazing person. I mean, he was a classmate of mine in 1980, 81, back in New York, in the Jersey area. We train, but with all the training that you have, you're not ever really prepared for someone holding a rifle right at you.
Even when confronted with such hate, Rabbi Goldstein still had words of encouragement and hope and love for the Jewish community and the global community just in general. Where do you see this going then in the future? What's next for the Jewish community in Poway and here at Northwestern?
At the end of each book of the Bible, we say a phrase in the synagogue. Everyone stands up when the person who's chanting the Torah reading finishes a book of the Torah. There's 5 of them. And everyone stands up and screams out, "Chazak, chazak, v'nis chazek." You are strong, I am strong, we're strong together. And I put that out in my message to our community and to our students, because we're only strong when we're united. We're only strong when we're able to work with each other. You cannot let a terrorist or an act of violence dictate what we're going to do in the future. You cannot let these people create the future narrative, not of the Jewish people, not of the community at large. And we need to stay strong in a way that we're able to conquer our fears, to stand up with courage, and to move forward.
An extended interview will be posted on our Facebook page. President Morton Shapiro told the Daily Northwestern he personally reviews select applications to the school. This comes as the college admissions scandal is putting growing pressure on elite universities to be more transparent about their admissions process. Shapiro said he considers legacy students, children of donors, and also reviews special requests. This year, 550 applications were reviewed by Shapiro. Shapiro says he's tough with his decisions, but he should be the one making them. He did not specify how the acceptance rate for his specific pool of applicants compares to the overall rate.
Unemployment in Evanston dropped again last month to 2.8%, well below the state average. That number released last week by the State Department of Employment Security. Low unemployment is great news for students and other workers looking for a job in town, but bad news for local businesses who are struggling to find people to fill open jobs. While Evanston appears to be enjoying an economic boom, other areas of Illinois are seeing higher unemployment with a loss of steady farm jobs.
Chicago's population dropped in 2017 for the fourth straight year in a row. That's according to new data released by the United States Census Bureau. About 22,000 people moved out of the Chicagoland area, a greater drop than in New York or Los Angeles. Cook County lost just over 24,000 residents, and the collar counties are struggling to replace those numbers. Illinois' population is also shrinking. Census data shows that the state lost around 45,000 residents in 2017. Officials aren't sure yet exactly why this might be happening. In response to what has become the largest measles outbreak in the United States since the year 2000, the Illinois Department of Health has announced that it will be stepping up its commitment to increasing the statewide vaccination rate. There are now 704 confirmed cases of measles in the United States this year. 14 of those are in Illinois, 13 of which have been connected to the KinderCare Learning Center in Palatine. As of 2018, 70.4% of Illinois children had received their measles vaccine, slightly higher than the national average of 70.4%. The state plans to expand access to the vaccines, which are proven to save the lives of both children who are vaccinated and those who are unable to due to illness or allergy.
2 people are in serious condition tonight after a serious ammonia gas leak caused by a truck. It happened in Beach Park, about an hour north of campus. Witnesses reported a cloud of gas over the area. School was canceled and people living nearby were told to stay inside and close their windows. Almost 40 people were taken to the hospital. 14 of those were first responders. State Street was shut down this afternoon over a can of Chef Boyardee. Around noon, police saw what looked like to be a suspicious object in the road by the 200 block of South State Street. They shut down the block in the nearby Red Line station. As you can see, the object appeared to be a can of ravioli on wheels. Traffic has since returned to normal.
A popular Northwestern rumor has been debunked by the Daily Northwestern. The Burger King on Orrington Avenue, the only 24-hour restaurant in downtown Evanston, has long been rumored by students to be the highest-grossing Burger King in the nation. However, an interview with the manager revealed that NU's Burger King grosses up to $3,000 on a weekday, below a franchise average of $7,000 a day. Students have organized a Make Evanston BK the highest-grossing Burger King in the nation event on Facebook, scheduled for May 18th.
Northwestern's former star quarterback Clayton Thorson has been drafted by the Philadelphia Eagles. He was picked number 167 overall by the Eagles in the 5th round of this weekend's NFL draft. Thorson set a record for the most games started by a Big Ten quarterback and led the NU football team to its first Big Ten divisional title. Before the draft, there was speculation that Thorson would be picked by the New England Patriots or the Carolina Panthers. In the end, he's going to Philadelphia. Thorson is the 5th Wildcat quarterback to ever be selected for the draft. With a deeper look into Clayton Thorson and Northwestern football, here's Justin Sweetwood with this week's Money Minute.
Thanks, Rupa. Now, as you just mentioned, former Wildcat quarterback Clayton Thorson is making his way to the city of brotherly love, along with an estimated contract value that will be close to $3 million, with a $250,000 signing bonus for inking his name on paper. Thorson was the only NU player to be drafted, but 4 others, Montre Hardage, Nate Hall, Blake Hance, and Jordan Thompson, all signed free agent deals, and at least for the time being, will be making some money in the National Football League. Those 5 players will most likely be the only ones cashing in their talents, coming from a program that made $38.7 million in revenue the last fiscal year, a figure that will most likely increase when new numbers are officially released. Breaking down the most recent data, each player brought the university over $350,000 in revenue, raising the question once more if college athletes deserve to be paid. This is certainly not a new topic at Northwestern. In 2014, multiple players came together to discuss the possibility of forming a union, which the university and head coach Pat Fitzgerald advised against. For the meantime, it's unlikely that any leeway will be made regarding paying college athletes, so it will remain that only a lucky few will get to profit off of their talents at the next level. For Money Minute, I'm Justin Sweetwood.
Coming up, will this rain ever end? I'll tell you what the unpredictable Evanston spring has in store coming up in your 5-day weather forecast.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Northwestern break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
And next, NNN's campus correspondent Joey Savchik learned about one NU initiative looking to change how we consume one unmanageable material. Joey?
Thanks, Rupa. Now, Northwestern students are used to seeing reusable water bottles or shopping bags around Evanston. But on our campus and around the world, single-use plastic is everywhere. It's cheap, but it's dangerous. So what's one Northwestern organization doing to solve the plastic problem? Look around you right now. You'll probably see something plastic. But a new initiative at the Institute for Sustainability and Energy at Northwestern, or ISEN, wants to tackle our planet's plastic predicament.
We really want this program to be able to develop and deploy sustainable solutions that industry can pick up.
ISEN's program on plastics ecosystems and public health takes an interdisciplinary approach to ending the world's plastic crisis.
What ISEN does on behalf of Northwestern is it really brings together all of the different fields in terms of energy and sustainability.
According to the United Nations, 300 million metric tons of plastic waste are produced each year, with 79% of that winding up in landfills or the environment. Students say it's time to step up. Next month, Marley Thorne is trying to go totally plastic-free.
And all this stuff that's just kind of like a part of our everyday life is just not good for the environment.
Plastic is cheap to make, which is why its production continues. As ISEN searches for solutions, NU is its living laboratory.
We could take lessons in renewable energy production here on campus and disseminate that out into the world outside of these walls.
So what can you, a Northwestern student, do about our campus's plastic problem? Well, ISEN says you don't need to eliminate plastic from your life entirely. Start by permanently recycling those one-use plastic objects like water bottles or plastic silverware and picking up a reusable version.
If we all take those tiny steps, then we can have a monumental impact for the better.
During the 2016-2017 school year, a campus waste audit sorted more than 9,000 pounds of waste from 19 buildings on NU's Chicago and Evanston campuses. About 30% of that was recyclable. Sustain NU offers guidelines on how NU students can recycle everything from last quarter's papers to e-cycling your old electronics.
I think it's equipping us to be the next generation of leaders and advocates.
Although plastic is everywhere, including our oceans and campuses, ISEN says there is hope that we can end the plastic plague. Joey Savchik, Northwestern News Network. Now, last year was the first time microplastics were found in the human digestive tract, which is why ISIN, along with more than a dozen partners, says it's high time to tackle the plastic problem. You can learn more about the project at isin.northwestern.edu.
Thanks, Joey. This year, Chicago became the largest city to commit to 100% clean energy. Chicago City Council passed legislation that all buildings will be powered by clean and renewable energy by 2035. Now, Chicago will join the Ready for 100 Club, a group of 118 cities that have committed to 100% clean energy. To meet that goal, the city must release a transition plan by 2020. The plan will include a timeline and project goals to meet the city's energy commitments.
You might have noticed campus looks a little greener now. Northwestern celebrated Arbor Day by planting some new trees. Students planted trees in the sculpture garden and on the Lakeville Lagoon bank and added some oak trees to the oak groves. In an effort to cut down on waste, organizers advised attendees to bring their own reusable water bottles. The goal, to help mitigate greenhouse gases and deforestation by planting new trees.
A Northwestern startup took off its training wheels this quarter. EO Bike Share got the green light to launch its service earlier this month. The orange and purple bikes are placed throughout campus and offer individual rides or a quarter-long membership. Northwestern students are excited about the shared bike service, which many students say is easier to use than services like Divvy bikes.
Super easy to use. I mean, once you find a bike, it usually takes like within 30.
I think it's definitely great that it's student run, and for me, being a student from Northwestern and like supporting other students on Northwestern that are doing startups like.
Since the service is new, there have been a few bugs, including one that overcharged customers by accident. Despite setbacks, students say they still want to support student-run businesses.
The 88th annual WAMU show will open this Friday. The musical, titled For the Record, is about journalists' quest to chronicle the lives of 3 historically significant women. You're looking at video from last year's show, Manhattan Miracle. WAMU brings students together to write, orchestrate, and perform an original show. Nearly 100 students worked on this year's team. They say they can't wait to share their work with the public.
I think like WAMU is a great experience for students because it's like very hands-on. You get to have a lot of control over like putting together this entire show, and that's what people are doing in the real world, like on Broadway and in Chicago, is like putting together new work.
The musical will run through next week in Kahn Auditorium.
Lollapalooza tickets are selling slower than ever this year. In past years, the popular Chicago Music Festival would sell out in just hours. This year, 4-day passes went on sale over a month ago and have yet to sell out. Sales were slow last year, too. Some attribute last year's low sales to the lineup, but this year Lollapalooza shares headliners with popular Coachella Festival in California. Lollapalooza will be August 1st through 4th in Grant Park.
With more states legalizing recreational marijuana, the weed industry is booming. So some colleges are starting to offer a degree in growing marijuana. Schools around the country already offer cannabis degree programs. Marijuana law classes are also offered at schools in Colorado, Ohio, and Chicago. As the number of patients shopping at dispensaries in Illinois increases, more Illinois colleges are training students for the growing industry.
We wanted to know what you think about marijuana studies.
So we asked you in this week's edition of Rock Talk.
With at least one accredited university now offering classes in medicinal plant studies, I'm asking Northwestern students if they'd take a class like that here on campus.
Rock Talk.
Would you take a class like that here, and what would you want it to be called?
I guess I would take a class like that.
I would take that class, yes. I don't know. Having a class about the medicinal uses of marijuana, while it's also, black people are continually criminalized.
True. Yes, absolutely fair.
Like looking at it as like a new economic industry and like a new economic frontier, I think is actually really interesting.
I would definitely take a class like that. I think that's like a subject that a lot of us don't know a lot about because it's very taboo in terms of like in a traditional educational setting.
Most people brush it off in that way, and I think that at this point in like U.S. policy, like that honestly is myopic to do so.
What would I want it to be called?
Yeah.
These are deep questions.
I know.
I feel like it should have a clever name.
And I guess I would, oh God, what would I want it to be called?
Oh.
What would I want it to be called? Is that 420 degree?
The story of marijuana? I don't know.
Okay, we're phoning a friend.
Like, I think to get people to take it, they should call it something like the science of weed, or you know what I mean?
if it was just called like Weed 101, like that would be funny, and I think it would, like, if people saw that, they'd be like, oh, I want to take that.
If you have an idea for a future Rock Talk topic, tweet us at @NNN_news.
Now let's head over to Anna Maria in the studio for a look at your 5-day weather forecast.
That's right, guys. It really has not been very nice out these past few days. This April in Evanston, we faced rain, sun, and even snow. Students woke up to a winter wonderland Saturday morning. But the snow melted just as quickly as it fell. Here's another picture of the gorgeous spring flowers in full bloom Sunday here on campus. The Rock Cam earlier today showing us lots of umbrellas and jackets, and it looks like you'll want to keep those umbrellas handy for the rest of the week. Let's dive into your 5-day weather forecast. Wednesday, expect thunderstorms with the high of 62 and the low 43. Thursday, the rain showers will continue with the low 43 and the high of 55. On Friday, a slight improvement with only a partly cloudy weather and the high of 51 and the low 44. Saturday will finally bring sunny weather and moderately high temperatures with the high of 61 and the low 49. And Sunday will be mostly sunny along with a few clouds with the low of 47 and the high of 63. So prepare your umbrellas and your sunscreen, your boots and your sandals, because this week's Evanston weather brings it all. I'm Anna Maria Shilic, and this was your 5-day weather forecast.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Go Northwestern, break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
We have Sarah from Catnip here with us. So Sarah, tell us about what you did for this video.
Yeah, so we tried to trick Northwestern students with trivia questions, and surprisingly a lot of people really fell for it. We ended up getting some hilarious responses.
Well, I'm really excited to see this. Here is a sneak peek of the video.
So today we're going to be asking you some trivia questions. You have to answer them as fast as possible in 10 seconds.
10 seconds, okay.
Do you have any experience with trivia or?
No.
Okay, you'll be okay.
Okay.
You're gonna live.
All right.
Is a banana blue or yellow?
Yellow.
Is an apple a vegetable or a fruit?
Fruit.
Is a peanut a fruit or a vegetable?
I think it's maybe a fruit. A peanut?
Yes.
Neither?
A peanut is a fruit?
Is it, or is it a vegetable?
I mean, I don't know.
I think it's a fruit. I'm just gonna go with fruit.
A fruit?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
No.
It's a nut.
Wrong. It's a legume.
I'm gonna go.
Is Morty the provost or the president?
President.
Is the rock by Tucker Kresge?
Kresge.
Is the lake filled by a river or an ocean?
River. Ocean.
River. Wait, river?
The lake fills by a river?
Wait, ocean.
Oh, it's by an ocean. Sorry. Which ocean is it again?
No idea.
Ocean's like a big river with
Yeah,
salt.
the lake fills by the Pacific Ocean. You didn't know?
The lake fill?
Yeah. Are you sure?
Rivers into lakes.
Yes.
Rivers out of lakes.
There's no lake. There's no river.
What about the ocean?
It's a small ocean with no salt.
Isn't a small ocean with no salt a lake? Is the lake filled by a river or an ocean?
River. Neither. Wait, a lake.
It's
That's
a
what
lake.
I just said. That's what I just. I thought you said river. I was thinking she was saying river the whole time. Yeah, it's a lake.
It's a lake. It's a lake. It's a lake.
It's a lake.
That's hilarious. So, Sarah, what's coming up for Catnip?
We actually have some very exciting news. We will be having our first Catnip talk show this Thursday, so make sure to stay in tune for that. It'll be up on our Facebook page.
Thanks, Sarah. To watch the whole video and stay up to date on all things catnip, check out facebook.com/catnipnnn. We'll be right back.
At Northwestern, we're Wildcats in every way.
Northwestern break right through that. With our colors flying, we will cheer you all to go. Go you Northwestern, fight for victory, sweet victory, spread for the fame of our fair name, and go Northwestern, win that game. Go Cats!
At Northwestern University, we are pioneering innovation and achieving excellence across every imaginable discipline. At Northwestern University, the possibilities are endless.
Finally, an update on the tragic news at the University of North Carolina at Charlotte. Students are reuniting with their families and the shooter is in custody. According to the city's police department on Twitter, SWAT was activated.
The alleged shooter has been identified as 22-year-old Tristan Terrell. The police say the scene is secured and there's no reason to believe anyone other than Terrell was involved. NNN will continue to report on this situation on our Twitter. That's all the time we have for tonight. I'm Rupa Pala.
And I'm Megan Leibowitz. For all of us here at NNN, good night and thanks for watching.